Rustling branches and screeching owls, the familiar sounds of the forest in Waterford, came alive as the crescent moon peeked from behind the cool mist. The maze of hundreds of trees surrounding one lost man. The tired traveller found himself off course, alone, and searching for his group, a fruitless endeavour that had stolen the entire night. Finally, as the dawn was approaching, he reached an open space of grass, a place that was at once welcoming and yet filled him with unease. A little way ahead, he could see a woman silhouetted against the new light of day. He stood, gazing out towards the crimson sun peering above the hills, her long hair glinting with copper as it wafted in the morning breeze. Suddenly, the woman let out a horrifying shriek, a scream so loud the man fell to the ground, grasping his ears in a vain attempt to muffle the sound. Her head whirled sharply round to fix the lone man where he knelt, his panicked eyes locking with hers as she dissolved into a wraith like mist. In Celtic mythology, the Banshee would appear to those approaching death, keening with only the victim being able to hear. Other similar entities are derived from the Banshee, including the Benai and the Queenag, who are also depicted as female spirits, those who foretell of deaths to come. As ancient stories are passed down, folk tales change and adapt throughout their lifetime. These historical marks are modified depending on the culture surrounding them at the time. Many tales evolve into new ones. Myths that were spoken from community to community grew and guided the ways people lived their lives across continents. Cultures that developed from story through word of mouth alone were sadly lost without the legacy of the printing press to immortalise their narratives. Local legends served many different purposes, from entertaining and educating children to townspeople centering their entire lives around these beliefs. Many tales have drastically changed over time or adapted into new narratives, with many different interpretations spawned into the world. The stories lose their original meaning, or details get blurred, either purposefully or through misinterpretation. Stories still get muddled, muddied, and morphed. Contemporary content creators similarly mislead readers into clicking on the most outrageous or ambiguous headlines possible. And unlike stories of old, clickbait creators purposefully use our own prejudice and bias to stray away from the facts, even when all the information is laid out neatly in front of them. Misleading listeners for the sole purpose of profiting from them removes the authenticity formed with stories designed to benefit the community, to help us survive and navigate the world. Everyday townsfolk excited to share new stories amongst their fellows have been superseded by the proliferators of fake news, trying to make a quick cash grab or to serve the ideals of those who care naught for the harm they cause. As we travel through the world, as we lose our way and find our path, meet the banshees and form communities with those we trust, we construct our own interpretations of stories. And the reason we still share stories dating back thousands of years? Because we seek universal truth. We seek to survive and to know why the world is the way it is. Stories that offer value, real world, tangible value. These are the stories that last in the human experience, not the fear-provoking, rage-inducing falsehoods of those with the sole intent of touting for clicks. So do not be a clickmonger for pennies when your call to action can be the stuff of legend.